Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Newswave. I'm Devin Karp, and today is Friday, November 6th, 2020. Here are today's top stories. 2 weeks after Trinity's fall break, the university has seen a small spike in COVID cases. The spike peaked at 12 cases and was down to 9 active cases as of October 29th. The university's preventative measures appear to have helped control the outbreak on campus. Of the almost 3,600 employees and students who have participated in COVID testing, only 20 people have produced positive results. Trinity alumnus and University Chaplain Alexander Cerna-Wallander was highlighted this week on Trinity's Instagram account. He returned to campus in 2019 to serve as the University Chaplain. Here's more information from October of last year. On Sunday, September 22nd, Trinity University welcomed its newest member of the staff, Reverend Alexander Cerna-Wallander. The installation was held in the Parker Chapel and involved a service to welcome him to campus. Reverend Cerna-Wallander is actually a graduate from Trinity, coming from the class of 2008 and 9. He majored in urban studies, minored in economics, and then went on to receive a master's degree in teaching and a master's degree in divinity. The community, faculty, and student body attended his welcoming service to give support to the new chaplain. Lucy Meeks, a junior here on campus, attended the event and has an optimistic view for the religious future of our campus.
I say that going forward for Trinity, this means that we will have a greater acceptance of all religions. I think especially having a chaplain like Alex who is so interested in accepting all religions and making sure that all students feel appreciated. I think going forward, students know that we have a chaplain who does those things.
Sophie Feller, a member of the Student Secular Alliance, was able to participate in the ceremony and read a poem to the audience. Feller is very excited about the new chaplain and shared some of her thoughts.
I think he's fantastic. I am a member of the Secular Student Alliance here on campus, and he has been a fantastic resource for us, very, very supportive of us. So, yeah, I think he's going to help all people of all faiths on campus.
I'm Devin Karp, Newswave 14 reporting. Trinity University's Office of Residential Life has announced their changes regarding housing for the spring 2021 semester. Specific class years will not be guaranteed a room assignment nor given any special prioritization. Instead, the housing applications now contains new questions, which include student involvement in athletic team affiliation, learning community participation, involvement in faculty-led research, and level of precaution regarding COVID-19. Housing applications will be open to all students from October 28th to November 30th. If a student cancels the housing allocation after November 30th, the student will be fined. Housing allocations will be announced on December 9th, along with possible waiting list information. A couple in California threatened to sue a store owner when she asked them to wear masks inside her shop. Here's CNN with the details.
You can record all you want. Because go back, look at California Civil Code 51, look it up. Okay. If you're going to discriminate against me because I have a medical condition, you can personally be sued, and it'll probably be the end of this business.
When this couple walked into Frappy's Frozen Yogurt on Saturday, threatening to sue for discrimination because the co-owner required they wear a mask, Mariana Tabula didn't know what to say.
What's your name?
Mariana.
Your name is Mariana, and
yes.
You're refusing service.
No.
You're discriminating,
okay.
And you're breaking the law, and you can be personally sued. You
okay.
realize that.
Thank you very much for your information.
You take responsibility.
They don't give me any opportunity to offer extra face mask, just strongly jump on me to say, you broke the law.
When the couple threatened to sue her personally for violating the Constitution, to protect herself, she started recording.
What is your name?
And you know what? When all this goes away, whatever it is, we'll never come back again. So.
What is your name?
California Civil Code 51.
That's your name?
I don't have to tell you that.
Tabla says other nearby business owners told her the couple threatened to sue them as well for requiring masks. Tabla shared the video with a friend who posted it on Facebook. From there, it went viral. Tabla has struggled to stay open during the pandemic. She was disheartened when the couple returned Wednesday, demanding she sign these papers that state it's illegal to require customers to wear masks.
We lost almost 80% to the customers because the people is afraid to show, the people is scary, and we are too. I'm just trying to keep my business open and safe. Hi guys, how are you?
Tonight, customers are pouring in from all over the Southland just to support her.
They were being so unkind, and there's a pandemic. We drove from Long Beach because it just was so disheartening.
They were so rude and so mean. I just felt like it was our duty as, fellow Mission Viejo people to come in here and support this business.
It's like when you used to see the no shirts, no shoes, no service type of thing. It's the same thing with the mask now.
You can't treat people the way she was treated, so I would like to support her.
Coronavirus cases have surpassed 900,000 in Texas this past Saturday, and more than 18,000 people have died so far, according to the Texas Department of State Health Services. With a reported 6,845 new cases and 90 additional deaths on Saturday, the true number of cases in Texas is still likely higher due to asymptomatic carriers and lack of testing. Fortunately, roughly 782 Texans have recovered so far from COVID-19. Following the announcement of new Title IX regulations, Trinity is requiring students to complete a 30-minute virtual training course on Title IX rights and protections, sexual violence, and healthy relationships. According to the Trinitonians, students have been assigned different course programming based on whether they are a new, continuing, or graduate student. These trainings are being administered by the Safe Colleges program, which was also used to distribute COVID-19 health and safety training videos before this fall. The deadline to complete the Title IX training is December 1st.
We've all been there. Seeing people not follow the rules, watching some wayward citizen breaking the law. Well, not the law, but basically the law. Today, I'm going to show you how to be a COVID superhero. Okay, sound a little weird, but anyways, here are some things that you should watch out for. If you don't represent a household, then you must socially distance. Look at these guys over here. Gotcha. I caught him. When you're indoors, you must always wear a mask. Flush, and I don't think she washed her hands. Remember, after using the restroom, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds or sanitize. Oh, hey! Oh, God! And finally, if you have any symptoms of COVID, but you're not really sure what it is, always make sure to stay home! And that's all, folks.
Pre-election voting has now surpassed 2/3 of all ballots cast during the 2016 presidential election. More than 91.6 million Americans have voted so far. That's about 67% of the total ballots cast 4 years ago. These votes represent about 43% of registered voters nationwide, according to a survey conducted by CNN, Edison Research, and Catalyst. A majority of the states are reporting a record early voting turnout for the 2020 election. 16 states have already seen more than half of their registered voters cast ballots ahead of November 3rd. Are you looking to get involved with Tiger TV this semester? Do you feel nostalgic for our campus and television studio space? We put this station promo together to remind you that home isn't just a place, it's a feeling. Here, home is Tiger TV. Take a look. This is our home. This is our studio, filled with empty seats and cameras waiting to press record again. With remote classes and the COVID-19 pandemic, it's hard not to feel like we've lost a community on campus. When we're not on campus, it's hard to feel home. But home isn't just a place. It's a feeling. And here at Tiger TV, we're bringing that feeling to you. Because while our studio is waiting for us, we haven't stopped bringing you the shows you need. Get involved with some of our diverse programming like Newswave, Studio 21, and The Not So Late Show. Tune in to our YouTube and Vimeo channels if you miss some of the quality campus television programming we make. Just because we're remote, that doesn't mean we're not still together. Because here, home is more than just a place. Home is Tiger TV. A new book was just published in San Antonio, Texas by William R. Thompson entitled Fossil Etchnoids of Texas 2020 Addendum, which is an addendum to the 2016 book Fossil Etchnoids of Texas. In both books, Thompson decided to name a new species of fossil in honor of Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States of America. The 2016 fossil was named Tetragramma Donald Trumpy, and now the new 2020 fossil species has been named Pilotaxstar Donald Trumpy. In the 2020 book, there are 34 new Texas species and 1 new species from Virginia. These holotypes are now the permanent collection at the Non-Vertebrate Paleontology Lab at the University of Texas in Austin. The name will become a permanent part of the scientific record, and the books will be sold online at www.etchnoids.com, Amazon, and on eBay. Well, HEB has canceled its annual Feast of Sharing this year due to COVID-19 related concerns. The yearly feast helps provide a Thanksgiving meal to thousands of Texans every year. HEB plans to continue this tradition next year and in the future, and has promised to donate more than 340,000 meals to 18 Texas food banks and 40 hunger relief organizations.
I'm Daniela John, and here are 3 ways to grow your apartment garden. Plants clean the air, bring life into any space, and make great friends. My first tip is finding plants that enjoy the type of light you have. My apartment has no west or north facing windows, so we buy plants that like low or indirect light, such as an elephant bush or a red waffle plant. Understanding what light or watering your plant needs is essential for its happiness. However, my second tip is to not fear the death of your plant. It happens. Maybe it's too much water, not enough light, or just the end of the plant's season, like my mint plant. With death brings new life and more spaces to repot. My final tip is to shop smart. Buy pots that have 2 to 3 individual plants. 1 plant easily turns into 3 with more space to grow larger. Further, don't be afraid to propagate. My roommates and I took leaves from a succulent by Trinity's Community Garden, let them callus and grow roots on a plate of soil, and now have over 10 baby succulents. A pothos is also a really easy plant to propagate. Cut off some stems, stick it in water, and you can easily have a dozen pothos ready to go. These are just a few ways you can see your small apartment garden turn into a flourishing forest.
This past weekend, the iconic Sean Connery, best known for being the original James Bond, died at the age of 90. Connery became the top box office star in both Britain and the United States thanks to his role as 007. Beyond the James Bond series, Connery starred in other films such as Murder on the Orient Express and Family Business. Connery won his only Academy Award and Golden Globe as a Best Actor in a Supporting Role in the film The Untouchables back in 1988. The beloved Connery even earned the honor of being knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in the year 2000. He will be dearly missed. Well, on a lighter note, we now take it to Kyle for all things sports.
Welcome back, Tigers. This is Kyle Anderson, bringing you all things sports. We begin today's segment with an update of Trinity Athletics. Athletes continue practicing and conditioning in hopes of competing this spring. Soccer, among other winter sports, plan to play a conference-only schedule this spring, with the NCAA canceling all fall and winter tournaments. Meanwhile, athletes continue to train on campus while abiding by the university's COVID guidelines, which include the use of face masks, social distancing, and daily temperature checks. Last month, the university completed its 6th round of surveillance testing, and the total amount of positive cases this year rose to 20. Nearly all student athletes have been tested, and the low amount of positive cases is a good sign, especially for varsity sports. The ability of Trinity Sports to abide by the university's COVID guidelines, along with the trend of cases in the San Antonio area and the availability of other SCAC schools, will determine the likelihood of sports in the spring. Last week, about 280 miles up the road at Globe Life Field in Arlington, the Dodgers defeated the Rays in 6 games to claim their 7th World Series and their first since 1988. Dodgers shortstop Corey Seager was named World Series MVP after he hit 2 home runs and had 7 runs batted in throughout the series. As of now, there is no official start date for the 2021 season. And from the diamond to the hardwood we go, as the NBA is eyeing December 22nd as a potential start date. Previously, there were rumors that opening night would be on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but sources to the league's executives believe that the NBA would prefer to start sooner rather than later. Of course, none of these dates are set in stone until the NBA and the NBA Players Association agree on a start date. That's all I have for you this week. Back to the studio, to you, Devin.
Thanks, Kyle. The on-campus Student Accessibility Services has appointed Spencer Scruggs as their new director. Scruggs joins Trinity from the Office of Student Accessibility Services at Florida State University. As the director of the SAS, Scruggs is responsible for providing legal expertise related to these accommodations, understanding what's currently being practiced in the field, supervising staff, and managing the annual budget. Scruggs says that Trinity University felt like the perfect fit for him and looks forward to helping all students on campus in the future. A little girl in Colorado is doing her part to help children who have lost their homes due to the state's wildfires. Here's CNN with more.
You are loved.
Compassion can come in many ways.
I hope these help you.
And at any age.
The kids might want to go back home, but they can't.
After seeing the recent wildfire destruction in our state, 6-year-old Charlotte West is proof good is still in the world.
I told Mommy that if they lost them, they might be sad, so I wanted them to feel happy, and I am giving them some stuffed animals.
Just asked if any kids had lost their homes, and I told her that there were probably some that had. And her biggest concern was, have they lost their stuffed animals and their blankies? Because those are the things that are most important to her.
Charlotte's mom, Christine West, reached out to the Grand Foundation to see if there was a need.
They said, yes, we have about 10 to 15 children that would love to have the teddy bears.
So Charlotte, using her allowance money, went online and picked out 15 stuffed animals for those kids.
Why are you happy about it?
Because I'm giving my money to somebody else.
She's even writing personal cards to children she's never met.
I hope these help you, I think. Okay, here you go. Oh my gosh, why did I not read the back?
The stuffed animals should arrive by the end of the week.
To help the kids feel better.
I'm so proud of her already at age 6, having the empathy that she does for other people.
Gary Brode, Denver 7.
Well, that's all the time we have. Make sure to tune into Newswave every Friday at 2:30 p.m. on our YouTube and Vimeo channels. I'm Devin Karp, and we'll see you right back here next week.